Space was quiet. Too quiet. Far away from Earth, beyond stars and planets, the universe moved slowly in darkness. No sound, no light, only endless space. From Earth, this silence looked beautiful. But deep inside the universe, this silence was hiding something dangerous. On Earth, it was night. Cities were asleep. Lights were off. Most people were dreaming, unaware that something strange was happening far above their heads. Inside a small space research center, one man was still awake. His name was Dr. Aaron Cole. He was not a famous man. He was not on television. He did not give big speeches. He was a quiet scientist who spent most of his life looking at screens, numbers, and signals from space. For years, he studied the universe, searching for patterns, waves, and messages. Tonight, something was different. A red light blinked on his screen. Dr. Cole leaned closer. His eyes moved fast across the data. His heart started to beat faster. This signal was not normal. It was not coming from a star. It was not from a planet. And it was not a mistake. This signal was strong. Too strong. He checked again. And again. It can't be. He whispered. But it was real. The signal was coming from deep space, far beyond the edge of the known galaxy. No human machine had ever sent anything from that distance. No satellite. No probe. Nothing. Dr. Cole felt cold. For many years, scientists believed the universe was silent. Big, beautiful, but silent. Humans sent messages into space, hoping someone might hear them. But no answer ever came. Until now, the signal changed. It was not random. It had a pattern. Dr. Cole's hands began to shake as he typed fast on his keyboard. Numbers turned into lines. Lines turned into shapes. And then something appeared on the screen that made him stop breathing. It looked like a call for help. The room felt smaller. The air felt heavy. Dr. Cole stood up and walked slowly across the room. His mind was racing. Who could send this? And why now? He knew one thing for sure. This was not something he could keep to himself. This was bigger than one man. Bigger than one country. Bigger than Earth. He picked up the phone. At the other end of the city, another scientist answered. Her name was Dr. Lena Morris, an expert in deep space signals. She sounded tired. Aaron? Do you know what time it is? She asked. I need you to listen to me, Dr. Cole said. His voice was low but serious. I think we just received something. Something impossible. There was silence. Impossible how? She asked. It's a signal, he said. From beyond our galaxy. And it's not natural. Dr. Morris sat up in her chair. Send it to me, she said. Minutes later, she was staring at the same data. Her face turned pale. This looks like a message, she whispered. Yes, Dr. Cole said. And I think it's a warning. The signal repeated again and again, like someone shouting into the dark. Hoping someone would hear. The universe was not silent anymore. Across the world, phones began to ring. Scientists were called out of their homes. Computers were turned on. Screens lit up in dark rooms. One by one, experts started to see the same thing. No one spoke for a long time. Then one scientist asked the question everyone was afraid to say, who sent this? No one had an answer. Some believed it was from an advanced civilization. Others thought it could be a natural force they did not yet understand. A few were afraid it was something far worse. As hours passed, the signal became clearer. Hidden inside, it was a simple message. Translated slowly by computers. It said only a few words. We are losing time. That was all. No name. No place. No explanation. Just fear. Dr. Cole looked at the stars through a small window. For the first time in his life, space did not feel beautiful. It felt close. Too close. What does it mean? Dr. Morris asked softly. Dr. Cole did not answer. He was thinking about something else. What if this call was not meant only for scientists? What if it was meant for all of humanity? The universe was full of mysteries. Humans knew this. They made movies about it. They wrote books. They dreamed about other worlds. But no one was ready for this. A desperate call from the darkness. Outside, the earth kept turning. People slept peacefully. They did not know that somewhere far beyond the stars, something was reaching out. Something afraid. Something running out of time. And this was only the beginning. The signal did not stop. Every few minutes, it returned. Same pattern. Same strength. Same strange feeling. It was like the universe was knocking again and again, afraid it would not be heard. Inside the research center, the lights stayed on all night. No one slept. Scientists moved slowly, speaking in low voices, as if the universe itself could hear them. Dr. Aaron Cole stood in front of the main screen. His eyes were tired, but his mind was wide awake. He had seen many strange things in space data before, but this was different. This felt personal. The message repeated again. We are losing time. Nothing more. No clear location. No clear sender. Just silence after the words. Dr. Lena Morris joined him. She held a tablet filled with charts and numbers. The signal is old, she said. Very old. How old? Dr. Cole asked. She took a deep breath. Millions of years, she said quietly. The room froze. That's not possible, someone said. If it's that old, then they may already be gone. Dr. Morris finished. The thought was heavy. If the message had traveled for millions of years, then the ones who sent it could already be destroyed. Whatever danger they were facing might already be moving through space. Or worse. It could be moving toward Earth. Dr. Cole looked at the screen again. He noticed something small, something hidden. A weak signal inside the strong one, like a whisper inside a scream. There's more, he said. The team worked fast. Computers ran simulations. Codes were broken slowly, piece by piece. Hours passed. Then the hidden signal appeared. It was not words. It was an image. At first, it was unclear. Just light and shadow. Then shapes began to form. A star. But not a normal star. It was collapsing, pulling everything around it into darkness. A dying star? Someone asked. No, Dr. Cole said. Something worse. The image showed a massive dark shape, growing larger, swallowing planets, light, and space itself. A black hole. But this one was different. It was moving. Black holes were not supposed to move like this. They formed, they grew, but they did not travel across space like hunters. This one did. And it was not alone. More images followed. Empty solar systems. Broken planets. Silence where life could have existed. Dr. Morris felt her chest tighten. This thing, she said. It destroys everything in its path. The room was silent again. If this was real, then the universe was not just mysterious. It was dangerous. Suddenly, the signal changed. The message updated. New words appeared on the screen. It is awake. No one spoke. Awake? A scientist whispered. What does that even mean? Dr. Cole did not like that word. Awake meant aware. Aware meant intention. Something in deep space was not only powerful, but conscious. The idea was terrifying. For the first time, the question was not, are we alone? The question became, are we being watched? The team noticed another strange detail. The signal was slowly becoming stronger. That shouldn't happen, Dr. Morris said. Signals lose power over distance. But this one isn't. Dr. Cole replied. It was as if the source was coming closer. Or Focusing. The Earth was no longer just a listener. It was a target. Dr. Cole walked to the window again. The stars looked calm, beautiful, peaceful. But now he knew the truth. The universe could lie. Behind the beauty. Something dark was moving. Something ancient. Something hungry. Far beyond Earth. In the cold darkness, the force that sent the signal continued its path. It did not speak in words. It did not feel emotion like humans. But it understood one thing. Time. And it knew that time was running out. Back on Earth, leaders were slowly being informed. Secret meetings were planned. Governments asked the same question again and again. Is it a threat? No one could answer. But deep down, everyone felt the same fear. This message was not a greeting. It was a warning. Humanity had always looked at space with hope. Now, space was looking back, and whatever was coming was closer than anyone expected. The universe did not answer questions. It only watched. After the last message appeared, the signal stopped completely. No sound, no pattern, no warning. It was as if the universe had said enough. Inside the research center, fear slowly replaced shock. Dr. Aaron Cole sat quietly, staring at the dark screen. For years, he had searched for life beyond Earth. He imagined friendly signals, peaceful contact, maybe knowledge shared between worlds. But this was not friendly. This felt like a shadow passing over the stars. Dr. Lena Morris broke the silence. If the signal stopped, she said, it means one of two things. Everyone looked at her. Either the sender is gone, she continued, or they said everything they needed to say. Neither answer felt good. The team began to study the images again. The moving black hole, the broken planets, the empty systems. But something still did not make sense. Dr. Cole noticed a strange detail. The destroyed planets were not random. They follow a line, he said slowly. A path. Dr. Morris replied. The room grew tense. The destruction was moving in one direction, toward something. The computers ran new calculations. The line extended forward, deeper into space. When the final point appeared on the screen, no one wanted to speak. That point was dangerously close. Too close. Earth was not directly in the path, but it was near enough to feel the shadow. This thing, a scientist said, it's not just destroying, it's traveling. And traveling with purpose. No one knew how long it would take to reach this part of the universe. Hundreds of years? Thousands? Or much sooner? Outside, the sun rose. A normal morning. Birds flew. People went to work. Children laughed. Earth looked peaceful. But above it all, something ancient was awake. Dr. Cole felt a strange weight in his chest. He realized something terrifying. Humanity had always believed it was safe, because space was large. Now, size meant nothing. That night, something unexpected happened. A new signal appeared. But this one was different. It was weak, broken, almost gone. It did not come from deep space. It came from closer. Much closer. Where is it from? Dr. Morris asked. The answer appeared slowly on the screen. A nearby star. System. One that scientists had studied for years. One that was believed to have planets. This system should be alive, someone said, but the signal said otherwise. Message was short. Very short. Too late. Nothing else followed. No images. No warnings. Just two words. Dr. Cole closed his eyes. If that system was already gone, then the threat was moving faster than expected. Much faster. The idea was clear now. The universe was not empty. It was full of forces older than stars. Forces that did not care about life. Far away. In the darkness between galaxies, the silent watcher moved. It did not think like humans. It did not feel fear or anger. It followed energy. It followed light. And wherever it went, silence followed. Back on Earth, governments began to panic. Space agencies shared secret data. Military leaders asked impossible questions. Can it be stopped? Can it be slowed? Can Earth hide? No one had answers. Dr. Cole stood alone again by the window. He remembered why he became a scientist. He wanted to understand the universe. Now, the universe was teaching him a lesson. Not everything wants to be understood. Some things only want to consume. The stars outside looked the same as always. But Dr. Cole knew the truth. They were not just stars anymore. They were warning lights. And somewhere beyond them, something was watching. Waiting. Moving. Closer. This was no longer just a mystery. It was a countdown. And humanity had just realized it was not alone in the universe. And it never truly was. Fear spreads faster than light. Inside secret rooms across Earth, leaders listened in silence. Screens showed the same images again and again. Dead planets. Broken stars. The path of destruction, moving slowly but clearly through space. This was no longer a theory. This was real. Dr. Aaron Cole stood in front of a World Council meeting. His hands were calm, but his voice was not. What we are seeing, he said, is not a natural disaster. The room was silent. This is something ancient, he continued. Something that has existed longer than our planet. Longer than our sun. Someone asked the question everyone feared. Is it alive? Dr. Cole paused. Yes, he said. In its own way. The silent watcher was not like humans. It did not breathe. It did not speak. It did not think with emotions. It reacted to energy. It moved toward stars, planets, and systems full of power. Life was not its goal. Energy was. Dr. Lena Morris added quietly. And Earth has a lot of it. The words hit hard. Earth was bright, loud, full of signals, satellites, radio waves. Nuclear power. For the universe, Earth was shining like a flame in darkness. Hiding was no longer possible. Back in the research center, scientists discovered something even worse. The silent watcher was changing. Each system it destroyed made it stronger. Larger. Faster. Double quotes. It learns, Dr. Cole said. Not like us. But it adapts. That meant one thing. Even if humanity found a way to fight it, that way might stop working. Outside, panic slowly leaked into the public world. News channels spoke in careful words. Social media filled with fear. Some people prayed. Some denied everything. Others looked at the sky with anger. The universe was no longer a dream. It was a threat. Late that night, Dr. Cole received a private message from a young scientist. Her name was Emily Zhao. She worked on deep space noise patterns. I found something strange, she said. Something we missed. Dr. Cole listened carefully. The silent watcher is not alone, she said. That sentence changed everything. She showed him data hidden under the original signal. A pattern that repeated only once. Pay. Response. Not from the watcher. From something else. Another force. Another presence. This second signal was different. Weak. Careful. Almost afraid. It carried a message. It cannot see everything. Dr. Cole felt hope for the first time in days. The message continued. It follows light. It follows noise. That meant silence could be protection. Darkness could be safety. Humanity had always tried to be loud in the universe. Now, survival meant becoming quiet. Very quiet. Plans began to form. Satellites could be turned off. Signals reduced. Energy hidden. Earth could try to disappear. But time was short. Too short. Far away. The silent watcher moved again. It felt a change. The noise was shifting. The light patterns were fading. Something was wrong. It did not feel fear, but it felt resistance. And resistance meant attention. For the first time, the silent watcher focused directly on Earth. Not because Earth was loud, but because Earth had noticed it. Back on Earth, Dr. Cole looked at the final message from the unknown sender. Last words appeared slowly. We tried to warn you. The message ended. No name, no location, just truth. Humanity was not the first to face this darkness. It might not be the last. The question was simple now. Could humans learn fast enough? Or would Earth become just another silent system, lost in the dark? Silence became the new rule. Across Earth, signals were slowly shut down. Satellites went quiet. Powerful radars were turned off. Cities reduced light. The planet tried to hide in the darkness of space. For the first time in history, humanity stopped calling the universe and started listening. Dr. Aaron Cole stood inside the control room, watching screens go dark one by one. Each dark screen felt like a small loss. Humans had always been proud of their technology. Now, that same technology had become a danger. Dr. Lena Morris spoke softly. We are making ourselves invisible. Dr. Cole nodded. Or at least, quieter. But deep inside, he knew the truth. You cannot truly hide in the universe. The message from the unknown sender stayed on everyone's mind. We tried to warn you. Who were they? And how did they survive long enough to send a warning? Days passed. Then weeks. The silent watcher did not send new signals. No new images. No movement detected. This silence was worse than fear, because silence can mean patience. One night, Emily Zhao returned to the lab, her face pale. I think I found them, she said. Dr. Cole looked up. Found who? The ones who sent the warning. She showed a map of space. A dead region. No stars, no planets, just emptiness. This area should not exist, she explained. Something removed everything. But there's still a signal, Dr. Morris said. Yes, Emily replied. A hidden one, very weak. They amplified it carefully. What appeared shocked everyone. It was not a message. It was a memory. Images from another civilization. Tall structures under a blue sky. Cities glowing with energy. Beings not human, but alive, intelligent, peaceful. They were builders. Explorers. Dreamers. Then the images changed. The sky darkened. Stars disappeared. Panic. Destruction. The silent watcher arrived. The memory showed planets falling apart. Light being pulled into darkness, entire systems erased. But then, something unexpected. The survivors did not fight. They learned. They watched the watcher closely and discovered its weakness. Could not sense. Absolute stillness. It could not see where there was no light, no energy, no movement. So they did the unthinkable. They shut down their world. Their cities went dark. Their technology slept. Their planet became silent. Invisible. Only a few survived. They hid for millions of years, waiting, watching, hoping someone else would listen. And now, humanity had listened. Dr. Cole felt both hope and fear. Why didn't they leave? He asked. Emily answered quietly. Because there is nowhere to go. The watcher follows energy everywhere. The survivors sent one final part of the memory. A warning. Silence is survival. But only for a time. Dr. Morris understood immediately. Hiding was not a solution. It was a delay. Sooner or later, the watcher would return. Because stars are never silent forever. Earth could go quiet. But the sun could not. Deep in space, the silent watcher slowed its movement. The bright noise it followed was fading. The universe felt different. Quieter. This confused it. But confusion did not stop it. It adapted. It began to sense something. New. Not sound. Not light. Change. The universe was changing around one small planet, and that change pointed to intelligence. Back on Earth, Dr. Cole faced the hardest truth of his life. Humanity had two choices: stay silent and wait, or speak one final time, not as noise, but as a message. A message not of power, but of understanding. What if, Dr. Cole said slowly, we don't hide? What if we try to talk? The room went silent. That could kill us, someone said. Yes, Dr. Cole replied. Or it could save everything. No one knew if the silent watcher could understand. No one knew if it even cared. But one thing was clear. The universe had already noticed Earth. And silence alone would not save it forever. Somewhere far away, the last survivors of a forgotten world waited, watching, hoping, because humanity was now standing where they once stood, at the edge of light, facing the darkness, and the next choice would decide everything. The decision changed everything. Humanity had spent years trying to speak to the universe. Now, for the first time, it was afraid to speak at all. Dr. Aaron Cole stood in front of the final console. Around him, the room was silent. No machines hummed. No screens flashed bright colors. Everything was dim, calm, controlled. This was not a message of power. It was a message of truth. We send nothing loud, Dr. Cole said. No energy burst, no long signal. Dr. Lena Morris nodded. Just a pattern. A simple pattern. One that did not shine. One that did not shout. The message was built from pauses, gaps, and silence. A language made from absence, not sound. Something the silent watcher might notice. Without being drawn by energy. They pressed the button. Nothing happened. No light, no noise, no confirmation. The message slipped quietly into space, like a shadow moving through darkness. For a moment, everyone felt relief. Then the impossible happened. The message came back, not seconds later, not minutes later. At the same time, the screen flickered once. A signal appeared. Dr. Morris stepped back. That's not possible. It hasn't had time to travel. Double quotes. Dr. Cole stared at the data. His face slowly lost color. This isn't a reply, he said. It's an echo. But from where? Someone asked. The answer appeared on the screen. From Earth. From inside Earth's own signal history. The silent watcher had not just received the message. It had already known it. The room filled with fear. That means, Doctor. Morris whispered. Double quotes. Yes, Dr. Cole said. It has been listening to us for a very long time. Every radio signal, every broadcast, every call into space. The watcher did not need eyes. Humanity had taught it how to see. New images appeared. Not from space. From time. Old signals from Earth's past were being reflected back. First radio waves, then television noise, then voices. Human voices. Children laughing. News reports. Music. Words spoken decades ago. The watcher was learning. Not language. Meaning. It doesn't just follow energy, Emily Zhao said. It follows awareness. The room went silent. That meant something terrible. The more humans tried to understand it, the more it understood them. Far beyond the stars, the silent watcher shifted its path. Not toward the brightest stars. Not toward the loudest systems. Toward complexity. Toward thought. Toward minds. Earth was no longer just a source of energy. It was a source of intelligence. And intelligence was rare. Back on Earth, panic returned, stronger than before. This was no wild force of nature. This was something older than stars, shaped by civilizations long gone. The survivors from the forgotten world had hidden, but they had not escaped. They had only delayed the inevitable. Dr. Cole understood the final truth. This thing, he said quietly, is not a destroyer. Everyone looked at him. It's a collector. It moved through the universe, gathering awareness, absorbing the patterns of thinking beings. When a civilization grew complex enough, it was noticed, then consumed, not out of hate, out of balance. The universe, in its own way, was correcting itself. Too much thought, too much light, too much noise. The silent watcher was the answer. Dr. Morris felt tears in her eyes. So what do we do? Dr. Cole looked at the dark screen. We change, he said. Not hide, fight, change. Humanity could no longer act like a loud child in a silent universe. It had to become something else. Something slower. Something quieter. Something deeper. But change takes time. And time was something they did not have much of. The final echo faded from the screen. Before it vanished, one last pattern appeared. Not words. Not images. A countdown. No numbers. Just rhythm. Slow. Steady. Moving forward. Somewhere beyond human understanding, the silent watcher had adjusted its path again. Earth had been noticed, not as prey, not as enemy, but as a question, and the universe was waiting to see the answer. The countdown had no numbers. That was the most frightening part. It did not say days, years, or centuries. It only moved forward in a slow rhythm, like a heartbeat. Each pulse felt closer than the last. Dr. Aaron Cole watched it in silence. This is not a threat, he said quietly. It's a limit. The silent watcher was not rushing. It was waiting to see what humanity would become. Across Earth, the world was no longer the same. People still lived, still worked, still laughed, but something inside them had changed. The sky felt heavier. The stars no longer felt distant. They felt aware. Dr. Lena Morris spoke softly. If it collects intelligence, then maybe intelligence is the problem. No, Dr. Cole replied. Uncontrolled intelligence is. For the first time, humanity understood something painful. Every civilization before, Earth had followed the same path. Growth, power, noise, expansion, and then attention. The survivors who sent the warning had tried to hide. Humanity had tried to speak. Both failed. So what was left? Emily Zhao brought a new idea. It was dangerous. It was untested. And it was irreversible. We don't erase ourselves, she said. We divide ourselves. The room went still. She continued. What if humanity does not act as one loud mind, but many quiet ones? Her idea was simple, but terrifying. Humanity would disconnect. Not just machines. Minds. Artificial intelligence would be shut down. Global systems would be broken into smaller, isolated networks. No single signal. No single voice. No single pattern large enough to attract attention. Civilization would survive. But not as it was. This will change us forever, Dr. Morris said. Yes, Emily replied. But extinction changes us more. The choice was clear now. Remain united and bright. Or survive in pieces. Governments resisted at first. Control would be lost. Power would disappear. The world would become slower, quieter, less advanced. But the countdown continued. Finally, the order was given. The great silence began. Global networks shut down. Artificial minds went dark. Space signals stopped completely. Humanity stepped back from the edge of endless growth. Cities dimmed. Technology rested. The world became smaller. And quieter. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the silent watcher reacted. Far away. Its movement slowed. The rhythm of the countdown changed. It hesitated. For the first time in its ancient existence, the pattern it followed was broken. No single intelligence. No growing complexity. No loud awareness. Earth was no longer a clear answer. It was uncertain. The watcher did not understand. Uncertainty. It did not destroy. Earth. It did not move closer. It waited. Years Passed dot then decades. Humanity adapted. Life became simpler, slower, deeper. Knowledge was shared carefully. Growth was controlled. Curiosity remained. But humility guided it. Children still looked at the two stars dot, but now they were taught a new lesson. The universe is not empty. And not everything that watches wishes harm. Some things test. Some things judge dot, and some things wait. One night, long after Dr. Cole was gone, a new generation of scientists noticed something strange. The countdown had stopped. No message followed. No movement detected. The silent watcher had turned away, not because humanity was weak, but because humanity had changed. Earth was no longer shouting into the dark. It was listening. And sometimes, in the deepest silence of space, that is enough. But one question remained. Was this the end? Or only a pause? The universe did not speak again. No signals. No images. No countdown. Only silence. For many years, scientists watched the sky, waiting for movement. Telescopes searched the dark. Instruments listened carefully. But the silent watcher never returned. Some believed it had gone forever. Others believed it was still there. Watching. Earth continued to change. Humanity no longer chased endless growth. People learned to live with limits. Technology still existed, but it was used carefully. Knowledge was respected, not worshipped. The stars became teachers, not goals. Children were taught a new truth. The universe does not belong to us. We belong to the universe. Long after Dr. Aaron Cole and his team were gone, a small group of scientists noticed something strange. Very far away, in the direction where the silent watcher once moved, space looked different. Not darker, not broken. Calmer. Galaxies were still there. Stars still burned. But something had changed in the pattern of space itself. As if a great presence had passed through and left. One old scientist spoke quietly. Maybe it was never a monster. The others listened. Maybe it was a balance, he continued. A force that appears when intelligence grows too fast. Not to punish, but to remind. Remind civilizations that awareness without wisdom is dangerous. Earth had learned that lesson. And because it learned, it survived. One night, on a quiet hill far from city lights, a young girl looked at the sky. She did not see fear. She did not see danger. She saw beauty. Her father asked, "Are you afraid of what's out there?" She shook her head. "No," she said. "I think it's listening." Far away, beyond time and distance, the silent watcher drifted through the dark. It did not think like a god. It did not feel like a creature. It observed. It measured. And for the first time in its ancient journey, it carried something new. A memory. Not of destruction, but of change. A small planet that chose restraint over noise. Wisdom over power. Silence over pride. The watcher moved on. Not because Earth was invisible, but because Earth was no longer unfinished. The universe remained full of mysteries. Some would never be solved. And that was okay. Because the greatest mystery was not what lived among the stars, but whether a civilization could grow, intelligent enough to deserve them. Earth had answered. Not with words, but with silence. And the universe accepted that answer.